listen to what your senses tell you? Far too often we don't. Practically everybody has had at least one time in their life when they had a feeling that something was not quite right, but dismissed that feeling only to discover later that their intuition was correct. People often think that intuition is a little mysterious and magical, but what we call intuition is actually, for the most part, our body's exquisite ability, honed by millions of years of evolution, to sense what is going on around us in ways that our thinking brain, which is evolutionarily much more recent, simply does not pick up. Most of us try hard to be sensible, that is, reasonable and rational, not reacting in ways for which we don't have a good reason. It's good to be sensible, but I invite you also to be sense-able. That is, able to pay attention to your sense of yourself, others, and the world around you, letting your senses guide you about what feels right in your environment and what doesn't. This isn't to say that the information you receive from your senses is always completely accurate. But when you get that funny feeling that something's not quite right, you're almost always picking up on something. It may not be exactly what you think it is, and it even may turn out to be not a bad thing at all. But it is something. Some message coming from the wisdom of your inner self, and it's probably worth decoding and hearing out. The best way I know of to access and use the wisdom of your intuitive, sensing brain, the brain that knows things below the level of words, is a mind-body awareness process called focusing. It's a process that was developed by Dr. Eugene Gendlin at the University of Chicago and has been taught to tens of thousands of people throughout the world. This next exercise is going to show you the first steps of this wonderful process. I invite you to make yourself comfortable and take a few deep breaths. You may also want to close or lower your eyes. Start by sensing your body, beginning with your feet. Feeling your feet connected to the ground as if to the earth below you. Slowly let your awareness rise through your ankles and to your knees. Feel your body sinking into the support of the surfaces you're sitting on. Feel your back and your spine supporting you. Your facial muscles, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands resting comfortably. Now bring your awareness into the whole middle area of your body, especially the area of your throat and chest, stomach and abdomen. Gently sensing, how am I inside? What's calling for my attention within me right now? after this gentle invitation to those inner places, calmly and receptively wait for a few moments until you start to become aware of some kind of body sense forming somewhere in those areas. It could be a sensation, such as a fluttering in your stomach, or a tight band across your chest. Or it might be a feeling word or phrase, such as left out or fear. Or it might be an image, such as a heavy stone in my gut or a big black wall. It might be something very subtle, fuzzy, and unclear. If it feels like you're sensing something very small and you're attempting to find a way to describe it, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is, you're doing exactly the right thing. That's because it's still in the language of the body. It hasn't yet been fully translated into words. Focusing is slower than thinking or ordinary feeling. Don't rush to figure it out. If you begin to feel frustrated, just acknowledge the frustration and return freshly to the body sense that's forming. Ask yourself now again, how am I inside? What's calling for my attention now? Let's wait for a few moments. Once a body sense has mostly formed, see if you can describe and put into words what you're sensing. Notice if you can feel if there's a yes, no, or not quite to that statement. If there's a yes, an inner matching or resonance, you'll feel a small easing, as if something inside you feels understood. You may sigh unconsciously and feel your body relax a little. If it's a no or a not quite, that's great information. Keep sensing inside and stay with it until you come up with a way to describe what you're sensing inside that brings that feeling of yes, that's how it feels. Let's do this for a few moments. So now you have a body sensation, such as it feels tight in my chest, or an image, such as it feels there's a heavy steel ball in my stomach, or a feeling like nervousness or left out. You've checked that description and gotten an inner yes. But what does it mean? It can be rather baffling. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing, paying attention to what's going on inside you. Because the sense is going to change, either by getting noticeably calmer or stronger, or changing to a different sense altogether. When you become aware of a new sense, repeat what you've just done. Name it by describing it, letting it know you hear it, and check with your body to see if the description fits. By doing this, the process will unfold. As it unfolds, gently sense, if you haven't already, the emotional quality behind the body senses you're having. Again, check with the description that comes to your mind and see if something within you seems to stir and answer, "Yes, you're on the right track. That's what I'm saying." If you've gotten this far, you'll probably feel a sense of some relief or an easing in your body. A few tears may have come, and you may discover what the meaning of this body sense is for you, what this body sense is all about. For example, you may realize that a heavy steel ball in your gut is in fact your body's own description of how you feel around your boss. From here, you can use the ABCs to acknowledge, be with, and bring compassion to this emerging sense in your body. The more you acknowledge and say yes to the messages from your body, the more the body sense will change and shift and move. Many times this process will give you solutions to a difficulty that your thinking brain could never have thought of, or a new sense of relief and well-being in your body. It's often the case, though, that you don't get big answers in the beginning. This is completely natural, as your body is learning or getting reacquainted with a new language. Yet something important is still happening by making contact with your body in this way. It's as if the wires are getting reconnected. This exercise is an introduction to this wonderful process known as focusing. If you're interested in becoming more proficient at it, there are many instructors all around the world who can teach you much more about it, and you can learn all of the finer points. It is one of the ways I use the most to stay in touch with my own inner voice.